So question 8 starts with giving us a quadratic function and asking us to find the values of k for which f of x is equal to kx has equal roots. Okay, so there's a few things going on here. We first of all have this idea of saying f of x is equal to kx. We're going to have to use that. Equal roots means that your discriminant b squared minus 4ac is equal to 0. So let's start off by rewriting this function kx. We'll just move everything over to the one side, so it's plus 2x. So plus 2x minus kx plus 9 is equal to 0. And we'll just try and maybe bring that together just to make it really easy for ourselves. Okay, now using this idea of the discriminant and b squared minus 4ac has to be equal to 0, we have the 2 minus k squared minus 4 by 1 by 9 equal to 0. So we have 4 minus 4k plus k squared minus 36 is equal to 0. A little bit of rearranging here, we get k squared minus 4k minus 32 is equal to 0. Solving that quadratic, k minus 8, k minus k plus 4 equal to 0, and we get that k is equal to 8, k is equal to minus 4. So those are the two values of k for which that function has equal roots. The next part asks us to write the function in a particular form, and again we should recognize that this is completed square form. So completed square form. And in order to complete the square, we need to follow a particular set of steps. So let's first of all take our function f of x, x squared plus 2x plus 9. The first step in completing the square is to take the middle term, half it, and square it. So half of 2 is 1, 1 squared is 1, and we add that on to our function. But also we have to subtract it. The reason we add it and subtract it is so that we're making as little change as possible. We're actually making no change to the function at all. So we've added on 1, but we've also taken away 1. But what it means is that for this first expression in this whole function, we can rewrite that as a perfect square. That becomes x plus 1 all squared plus 8. And if you're not sure, or you can't see how that goes to that perfect square, try multiplying out the perfect square, the bracket, and you'll see that you do end up with the x squared plus 2x plus 1. And that is our completed square form then. F of x is equal to x plus 1 all squared plus 8. We can then use that to answer the next part of the question. We should remember that for a completed square form, like the one above, the minimum turning point is minus this number in the middle, so minus this number here, so minus 1 and then 8. That is your minimum turning point. The coordinates of your minimum turning point are minus 1, 8, and that would get us that our final 5 marks for that question.